What up though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me this morning while I'm on the go, on the run, out here getting stuff done, going here, going there. A good morning to you guys. Thank you for riding along, literally and metaphorically, with me on the road to 5,000. Slow motion is better than no motion, but we definitely are getting motion. And I'm grateful for you guys being here. Let's get into the topic at hand, man. And that is, people can be cruel. This is something that's happening here in my city. And I hate when stuff like this happens in my city because you guys know how I feel about my city. I absolutely love my city, man. But, obviously we're not perfect. We got knuckleheads like any other place. And there's been a report of some teenage boys, I think 14 and 16, sleeping on a porch. And they've been sleeping on the porch, according to them, since July. Now, there's a few things wrong with this. One, if you're going to punish your kids, I have no problem with that. I'm all for, punishments. But certain lines you just don't cross. Making your kids sleep on the porch, that's just a bit too much. That's a bit too far out there. And it's been cold. It's been cold, you guys. It's been cold. You guys, you watch my videos, you see it be cold. You be seeing my breath in the air. Y'all have seen it snowing while I'm out. It's been cold in the Motor City, man. And that's no joke. The other day, because I always look at my watch or my phone for the temperature when I'm out walking. The other day when I was out walking, it said 8 degrees. 8 degrees. It said 8 degrees, but feels like 1 degrees. That is brutal cold. And I'm out there willfully walking and chatting you guys up. But I can always, when I'm done, go home. I can always walk my black ass back home where it's warm at. So that just really hurt my heart to see that, man, because what the hell? What could they have possibly done to deserve to have to sleep outside? Now, whatever they did, I don't know. Whatever punishment, you feel like they, or whatever you believe they did that deserve punishment, okay, fine, that's your prerogative. But what could they have done to where they are sleeping outside? And then they say they've been outside since July. Man, I'm telling y'all, when I say this report just was hurting my heart, I'm not kidding, man. It was showing the living conditions of them on the porch. They had blankets. You seen Jordans and Balenciaga sneakers on the porch. Some had snow on them because, again, as I said, y'all, it snowed here. You guys have seen in my video, it's snowed here a few times. Over the last week, it snowed here a few times. And yeah, seeing them, the Jordans on the porch with snow on them, seeing a toothbrush sitting on a table, on the porch outside, they blankets. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, how could you do that? And the parents apparently were inside, according to the news report. Because I watched a local news report, and they were saying that the parents were inside while the kids were outside sleeping on the porch. How can you do that? I do not know how you can be inside, because if you here in Detroit, it's cold as hell out. It's cold as hell out. There's no way you don't know. How can you be inside toasty warm, watching TV or reading a book, whatever the hell you doing, and knowing your kids are outside on the porch and it's snowing out? And when I tell y'all it was snowing out, not only was it cold enough to snow, but the snow was sticking. That's how cold it was. The snow it wasn't one of them times where it snows and when it lands, you know, it just kind of evaporates, goes away, becomes water. No, the snow was sticking. They out there under blankets getting snowed on. How are you okay with that? While you're inside doing whatever it is that you're doing, knitting, you know, knitting a scarf, or just, I don't know. People can be really cruel. And it just really, this is the wrong time of the season, especially to be doing cruel ass shit. You shouldn't be any other time of the year. But how are your kids sleeping on the porch? It's freaking December and it's been snowing and your kids outside on the porch and you just inside warm, okay with that. Just absolutely diabolical behavior. That's the best word I could put for it. Diabolical behavior. So some people, some concerned neighbors seen them. One came out with you know, he had his camera going, you know, and you may wonder, well, why is he filming, like, you know, the whole situation? But I'm glad that he did, because words wouldn't have did enough to describe what this looked like. Words would not have done enough. I'm glad that he decided to grab his camera and start rolling and go out there to talk to them, because when he called out, like, hey, one of the boys peeked out from under the blanket to talk to me, like, hey man, you okay? You know, you out here, you need to call somebody, you need something to eat or something. I am surprised that the boys haven't reached out to anybody. They haven't called any neighbors. I mean, they're staying with family members now. You know, look, shout out to the people of Detroit, man. I love my city so much. Shout out to the people of Detroit, because it's people on the block who seen this and they took action. They were not okay with seeing these boys on the porch in the cold. They, you know, a lot of times we kind of mind our own business here in the city. That's just kind of how we're conditioned to be. When different stuff is happening, we didn't hear nothing, we didn't see nothing, we don't know nothing. We're of that ilk. Shout out to people knowing when it's time to put that away. The playing like we don't know nothing. We good for doing that. That's just how we are. You know, we don't tend to make other people's problems our own. But shout out to them for choosing not to take that approach this time. Man, my city, we know when to come together, and we know what to come together over. And this is just one of those moments where, you know, people, neighbors and stuff, they like, nah, that ain't right. They out there looking, they seeing what's going on. You know, they let them come and go and do it for a while, obviously, because they was out there for months. But I truly don't think that people really knew what was going on with that. And when people started really paying attention, they seen, hey, it's cold out and they sleeping outside. When it was during them warm months, you know, probably weren't minding it so much. But now that it's been cold lately, it's like, wait a minute, what's going on here? They had, when Fox 2 went out there and was looking at the porch, they had like heating pads and stuff. I guess that's what they would put under their bodies when they're under the blanket at night. Just truly heartbreaking stuff, man. Really, truly heartbreaking stuff. And I don't know how you could treat your children that way. I don't know how you could even treat an op that way, man. Somebody that I couldn't stand, if they was out there freezing like this, I'd be like, look, man, I know we don't really rock like that, but look, man, I see you in a bad spot. You know, let's just go ahead and get you out of here. Whatever our beef is, we can just put that shit aside, man. Let's get you somewhere. You need to make a phone call. You need to get something to eat. Is there some place you can go? Like, we'll all that other shit we got going on, we'll figure that out later. This ain't the time for that. You got to know there's a time and a place, you know, to be an asshole, and a time and a place to be a compassionate human being, ultimately. So shout out to the people of my city, man. But this is really just disappointing. Apparently they did some sort of research and found out that the house is registered to some pastor. Imagine that, man. How crazy does that sound? I don't know if the pastor just owns the house and is renting it to somebody, or if the pastor is the father who was inside. I didn't quite get that part from the report. But if I find out more on this, man, I'm gonna definitely talk about it. I'm gonna keep y'all in the loop on it. So let me know what y'all think about this, man. I hate reporting stuff like this on my city, but here we are, man. When my city is up and doing what they supposed to do, y'all know I have no problem gushing over the city of Detroit. But when it's BS happening, you know, I got to talk about that too. Whether I want to or not, I got to talk about that too. And this is definitely one of them BS situations. So let me know what you guys think in the comment, man. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.